Hey guys, my name is Meads. Welcome to my channel, and I'm going to do a review of this Kawamii Tamashii. Not sure if it's Tamashii or Damashii. Sometimes it's spelled with a T or D, but it's all the same. And again, they come in this really awesome. It's really amazing what they did on this particular figure line, because if you look at Kamen Rider, they have two sets. You have bigger scale SIC figures, and you have the Kawamii Tamashii, which is the 6-inch one, a bit smaller. But regardless which one you get, you have really awesome details, and I think the only thing that differs is the bigger scale has more articulation and more equipment, I believe, or maybe more effect parts. But if you just want to have something for display, you can just grab the Kawamii Tamashii line. They're really awesome, really nice details. And also, I wasn't really too sure when I was trying to get this too. I want to get a Garo figure. Oh, I forgot. This is from Garo. I recently watched the OVA, kind of like a movie, which is really awesome. And you have Dark Knight Kiba here, and this is the horse of the Gold Knight. This is Goten, I believe. No, not Goten from Dragon Ball. Unfortunately, I mean, I should be getting the Gold Knight as well, but I really like Dark Knight Kiba. On the other hand, Dark Knight Kiba's horse is unfortunately a Web Tamashii exclusive, which runs about over $100, which haven't yet released yet, I think. So I'm on a predicament of where should I go for. Pretty much this is the alternative. It's a lot cheaper, and I do want to get the horse, and there's something that came along with it, which that's why I wanted it. So this is all about, I believe, 30-40 bucks. This is $20-$30. So it's within reasonable amount, especially for being something really greatly detailed and designed. So I give it a shot. And actually, I want to get one of the bigger ones, since again you're getting articulation and more accessories on that one. But I want to get the horse, but I'm not too sure if it fits. So I wish someone would have made a review of them. I think I saw one, but it wasn't too clear, or which kind of figure line that fits on it. So I'm doing this as a reference for those who are interested, and hope that helps you guys. Alright, so why don't we get started, and let's first look at the Dark Knight Kiba. Alright, so we have Dark Knight Kiba here, and just to give you guys a little bit of background regarding this particular figure. This is he's kind of like a Makai Knight, but went rogue. And pretty much a Makai Knight is kind of like a demon hunter. They go after horrors. And in some sense, this is kind of like Bleach or the Gray Man, if you watch that anime or read the manga. So they're pretty much demon hunters, and they took form of this kind of like soul armor, which is kind of imbued with darkness. So they have a limited amount of time to use this armor and to defeat the horror. Not much time, so they gotta be careful. Else, if the timer runs out, the armor starts consuming them, and eventually they can turn to a bad guy, which sometimes happen. And I'm pretty sure you're familiar with a lot of animes that have that kind of like Bleach. If you abuse the power, you become evil, right? But in particular, it's actually, I think his real name is Barago. Yep, Barago, and he's a Makai Knight. And not to spoil the movie, I actually just watched the movie. I didn't really watch. I think there was a series, so I don't know if that's a different storyline. Anyways, I'm just going for the movie. His parents got pretty much an encounter with a horror. His parents died, and he went on pretty much a vengeance, a rage on killing all the horrors, and he just wanted to become stronger, which led him to the dark side. That's why he become really powerful, and pretty much he kind of made a contract to one of the source of the horrors, Yeah. So he, in some sense, is a bad guy, but yeah, he's a very complex person, very complex personality. Yeah. So in some sense, he's kind of good, but he's also bad. And he's trying to fight the bad and evil inside him as well. You will see in a movie that there's that golden knight that's fighting him. Fighting him. It's pretty much like a reminder of he once good, and he's not too late to go back yet. But he's trying to vanquish all of that so he can attain the ultimate power and become evil. So I mean, you're gonna see that in the movie. So that's enough for the background. If you really wanted to, just check out the OVA. Alright, so this is really nice. It comes with this cape here that just attaches two peg holes on the back. It is kind of solid. It's somewhat semi-translucent towards the end. And it's a really nice engraving on the back. So that's a cape right here. Really nice. I'm just gonna take it out. And you have this pole axe or halberd, whichever way you call it. There's only one point of connection on this one, especially if you're holding the holding hand or holding fist. And again, it's fused where the thumb meets the other four fingers right here. So the only way to attach this is you have to detach the top part and attach it to that. Unfortunately, that's the only point of connection that you can hold with that hand. Otherwise, you're gonna have this somewhat open. It's kind of like this, which kind of mimics him holding it on the other end. So that kind of works out if you want to. But unfortunately, you can only hold on this one, and that's something that the Makai Kaido, the bigger scalar one, I saw pictures that you can hold anywhere on the pole axe, which is great. Next up, hands. Again, you're gonna get one on each side. You have the close, this pose, and the clench fist. So you have 3 pairs of hands, which is great. I'm not gonna be part swallowing, but it's a ball joint right there. In terms of articulation, really great. You have the face, and they have like this wolf motif on their armor, or the very much a face helm. Really great. Kind of also reminds me of Kikaider. Wait, no, not Kikaider. Karas. There we go. Movable ball joints right here on the bicep. Fairly good articulation. You can move it a lot. 90-degree elbow bend. I think you can move it from this. You can swivel over there. You can move these parts here, kind of like just chest armor. On the back, I haven't really gotten into this. Check out all the possible articulation, but there's no upper waist or upper torso articulation here. Seems like it's detached, but you can't. But there is waist articulation, just a little bit. You have a leg or hip, fairly good, and this come fall up time to time, but you can just put it back, and you do have a swivel over there, which is great. And it's really great for when he's riding the horse. Knee articulation, and actually you can bend a little bit more. That's pretty awesome for knee bending. Fortunately, you don't have a toe bend here, so that's kind of limited, but regardless, you can do some kneeling poses if you want to, or some sort of maybe this pose or something, or jumping. I think you can do some knee up, and I do for just I'm sniffling because I think I'm partly sick, but I'll be alright. But yeah, I mean, just the articulation is amazing. Going on, we have more accessories. You're gonna have this nice looking sword. Really great. I like this. So here's a closer look on that one. Really nice. And you're probably wondering, how do I put this here? I mean, I saw it on the box art that you can put it, but you know, you have this thing sticking out. You can actually take this out from the hilt right there. So that's what you're supposed to do. Put it in on one end of the hand, and you're just gonna put it like so. There we go. And that's actually, you know, quite secure. I mean, if you hold it up, it stays there. Really nice. So that's very good. And a little bit of close up of Dark Knight Kiba. Yeah, it's really great. There's another sword shown on the box. Let's see if I can have it here. Right there. And it's like a scimitar. I don't know where they got that from. Maybe from another Kawamii Tamashii Garo figure. But it doesn't have on this one. But you're gonna have both hands, again, holding hands. So if you have that, you can put on the other sword, which is great. Alright. And you can have him awesome poses. Again, a really nice figure. I'm really loving this. Just something, you know, with cool armor. And, you know, look at the scales on that. It's amazing. You know, again, I also actually really want to get the, you know, the Makakaido, the bigger scale one. But you know what? You know, this is good enough for me. I mean, just look at it. Amazing, the details, you know, color separation or color gradient. It's amazing. All right, let's move on. All right, so here's Goten. There might be more to his name. I'm not really quite too sure, but this thing is a beast. As you can see, it has that fiery glow, gold also, kind of like Ifrit, and it's really nice. Very detailed, as you can see. The face, and there's also one articulated horse, kind of like the one I have for my Knight Gundam. Yep, it's just a lot of things you can do with this one. Also, before I get there, there is another separate piece, which I'm trying to look for it right now. I just had it. Uh-oh. Alright, I found it. Sorry about that. It's right here. It's kind of like it's a golden thread. Kind of flimsy. I wish they would made it a little bit better. Kind of like what the dark, or make it in PVC, like the Gundam, or the Knight Gundam on the. It's pretty much the reins, and it attaches this over there, and just loops around. It's actually quite longer than it should be. So you might have to do some trimming, or you might have to... Actually, you know, it's not a bad idea to braid this. Yep, and just to make it shorter in that aspect. Because it's too long, as you can see. If I wrap it around, I'm not gonna be putting it on. But yeah, it's kind of too long. I mean, the rider's right here. You just need it to be maybe this much. Yeah. Alright, I think I already went over the articulation. As you can see, it's very articulate. A lot of joints. Actually, you can kind of see the joints up here. Also, actually, if you're kind of interested, actually, let's just pop one off. It's on a straight peg. I actually kind of wish they made it on a ball joint. Kind of like what, again, compared to the other horse I've recently reviewed. Because this one, it's just, everything is just straight down. You cannot, you know, kind of give it a little bit more support if you open it apart. Yeah. And there's just things here. And apparently mine, the right side keeps popping out because this is not, I don't know, it's kind of weird. But there is a ball joint hole there, which I'm not too sure what it's for. I mean, Does this guy have wings or something? I mean, you put it up, put it there, maybe something on the side. Not entirely too sure, but they might be adding that later on, or they were thinking about it but just chose not to add it. It's because of the cost. Yeah. Head is very articulate, and you can actually just do a close up. Alright, so actually when the mouth can open up, which is great, and I'm gonna shine a bit of light if I can. Probably doesn't do really well, but there is a purple tongue inside, which is kind of interesting that they added that detail. Again, really great. And also the hooves, like look at that, it's just like kind of like nails or teeth. Yep, that's really cool. And there's this part here that you can detach down. You can just expose the skeleton here. Truly amazing details. I really like this, and I kind of wish I get the other one too, but again, it's too expensive to get. You know, in my opinion, not worth, you know, really spending that much. I mean, I could I'll be able to use that money to try out other figures. Alright, so why don't we mount Dark Knight Kiba on this one? Actually, before we mount this guy there, that Goten horse comes with this extra piece. Not quite too sure the name of it, maybe Zanzibar or something. But this is what I'm looking for. And I was like, where can I get this? On this figure, you're only getting the sword, but in the movie, they showed this awesome sword while they're riding the horse. Or actually, he used this too on other things. This might be slightly different from his sword, but the Golden Knight, and you know him, the Dark Knight, has this the same sword, and it looks amazing. Yep. And I was looking for this, and the only figure I can see this is through the horses. So probably another reason why I went for this scale as opposed to the Makai Kaido, or the bigger ones. And I don't know if that's the actual name for the bigger series of this one. But this is amazing. Gotta have a big sword. Yep. And this one, you don't have any problems. It just slides right in, as you can see. Yep. I kinda wish the other one is like that too. You don't have to open it up, but yeah, still works. Alright, and here are they mounted together. It's actually quite easy, especially it helps out. We have the swivel on the waist. You just put this on the fit, kind of support him. Either side, it's fine. I do want to point out that this is probably the negative side of this figure. Joints on the horse is really loose. I can't really give him much support. Actually, if you want to have him that pose where he's standing up, that's kind of hard. You just have to play around with the joints. Let's see if I can even pull it off right now. Get balancing issues. Again, these are very loose. Doesn't really give you much to work with. You kind of have to really play around with it. I think I've done it before. I just need to find a sweet spot. Not to mention this guy is heavy, so. But I've done it before. Almost there. No, I don't think it's gonna happen today. Come on. Maybe we can use the tail a bit. Come on, work with me. There we go. So it is possible, but for a few seconds. But you get what I'm saying. And actually, I've done it with him mounted on this as well, but you might need some stands to support it. It's doable, but he needs a little bit of support, which is kind of sucks. Because again, compared to the other horse I have, no problems there because it's using really stiff joints, which is great. You want to have stiff joints to be able to pose him and have him on, certain poses you like to for that figure. Anyways, moving on. There's something I want to point out, and this is probably a little bit crazy, but like what happened in Night Gundam? Can you do the Centaur mode? That's always a question. Is it possible? Well, on this one, just gonna pop up the head. There is a ball joint right there. It's actually kind of big, and you can take off Garo's. Whoops, there it goes. That again. There we go. So another ball joint there. Will it fit? Well, I mean, this is a really nice configuration. Having a center mode now. Why not, right? But unfortunately, the ball joint on that one is big compared to what's the waist here. I mean, it would be nice. Actually, there is a little bit more space there. That they thought of that beforehand to actually make that bigger, and it could have worked out. It would be nice to have a center Garo. Center Makai Knight. I know it's crazy, but it's always, the idea is always there. Alright, and if you're wondering who this is, again, this is my Night Gundam painted. So I customized it, and another reason why I painted him in that purple color is because it matches Garo. And again, you can actually use a Night Gundam and put it on this horse. They're about the same scale, which is really great. So that really works out. Alright, so pretty much my conclusion on this one. Really great and very detailed. The figure, highly recommended if you're getting it just in terms of visually, it'll look really nice for display, as well as if you're collecting figures of this type. Really great. But if you're getting it for playability, you may have to think twice. As you can see in my review, the articulation is very limited on some aspect, and the horse it's very loose too. So yeah, that's something you might want to watch out for. But overall, really nice. And again, if you really want to get a collection, there is a horse for Dark Knight Kiva, and you might have to get the Golden Knight to go along with the Goten. Alright, so that's pretty much it for my review. I hope this will be a good reference for you guys who watched the OVA or just got stumbled upon Garo figures. And again, there is a bigger scale with better details, and I wish I could get one of those, but I'm kind of waiting till I think we're releasing the blue one. That's it for my review. Again, if you have any questions, suggestions, or any kind of comments, please leave them down below, and I'll be glad to answer them. So until then, this is Meads. Thank you for watching.